What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Bryce with the Real Squad. Long time no see. Have been sick with pneumonia, but I'm getting better. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into this review for Gladiator 2. This is, of course, directed by Ridley Scott himself, returning to the world of Gladiator. Gladiator 2 actually takes place 16 years after Maximus, and we follow Lucius and the two new twin emperors who have been terrorizing Rome for many years. Now, the question is Gladiator 2 warranted? Did we need it? After seeing it, I will have to say I don't believe it was necessary, but I did quite enjoy myself with the movie. So let's get into some details here. No spoilers, of course. I feel like everybody here, as far as the actors, did bring their A game, especially Paul Mescal as Lucius, Pedro Pascal as General Acacius, and Denzel Washington as Macrinus. I also like the twin emperors played by Joseph Quinn and Fred Hetchinger. I'm not sure if I'm butchering that last name, but I liked their characters. They were very interesting. I wish they would have had a little bit more screen time. Every time they were on the screen, they pretty much chewed up the scenery. I was hoping that they would explain how they came into power, but that's not really explained as much. Compared to the first Gladiator with Commodus, he was really easy to hate. They spent a lot of time with his character and developing it, and you understood his mentality and why he was the way he was, compared to the two twin emperors, where one seemed really manic and kind of insane compared to the other, who felt a little bit more calculated and in control. I feel like one was definitely older than the other, but the dynamic between them, it was cool, but like I said, I think it needed a little bit more development. Pedro Pascal's character, General Acacius, like I said, I feel like some of these characters needed a little bit more development. Even though it was a long movie, I felt like it fell short on the end of the characters. Paul Mescal as Lucius, I felt like probably had the best, or had the standout role, being able to step into the shoes of a gladiator, or quote unquote Maximus. He did a fantastic job. I will say this, the CGI took me out a little bit compared to the first Gladiator. I mean, it's going to be a lot of comparison between the first and second Gladiator, but it was just so like astonishing seeing what they can do with the camera magic as far as CGI, especially when you had the animals in the arena. So it would be scenes like that in Gladiator 2 that would kind of take me out of it. I know playing with a little bit more money here, so you can do a little bit more things, but I still feel like practical is always the way to go if you can do it. I know times have changed as far as having like actual animals in the movies. So, I mean, it is what it is. But as far as the story goes, it's really nothing new. It's almost exactly beat for beat from the first Gladiator, as far as you have a character with a big name who did wrong. It has to come up through the system of the Gladiator, and in that process starts to get a lot of notoriety, and through that same process is on the verge of pretty much successfully coming out of it, but something happens and foils the plan. So that kind of like it's unfortunate as far as the story. Like, I feel like they could have did something completely different, didn't have to go beat for beat, and it was very noticeable. But like I said, as far as Ridley Scott and his directing, the scope was amazing, and the cinematography was really good. It was a beautiful movie, and you know, I said plenty of times, if you watch my reviews or our reviews, I am a period piece person. So anything that takes place at a certain point in time in history, and they can really capture that, it really draws me in. And I feel like Ridley Scott did a great job with that. But I was fairly bored in the beginning, but as the story progressed, it got a little bit more entertaining. I didn't find myself feeling the same way I felt as watching the Gladiator, because it was more of a triumphant moment. And with this one, like I said, you kind of could tell what things were gonna go. I felt like maybe the Twin Emperors didn't get as much shine or character development because of another situation I don't want to get into because of spoilers, but I guess there's a give and take there. But with that being said, I feel like that take should have been a little bit more developed as well. If you've seen the movie, you kind of understand what I'm saying. The characters, as far as the gladiators and the fighting choreography, it was fine. I feel like I still enjoyed the first Gladiator much more, even with the soundtrack. I don't know, man. It's hard to kind of capture that again. But like I said, I don't think Gladiator 2 was warranted, but at the same time, I didn't hate the movie. So if I'm going to give it a rating, I think I'll go real dope movie with a solid 7. Maybe a 7.5, but I'll probably stick with a 7. Yeah, I definitely recommend to go see it because it is cinema. This is good cinema as far as, like I said, what Ridley Scott is able to do with the camera and directing his actors or whatnot, compared to something like Venom. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if you guys are gonna go check out Gladiator 2, let me know in the comments below. And of course, hit that subscribe button, that notification bell, and of course that thumbs up if you are new here, so you can be up to date when we drop. It's been a couple of weeks since we went live. Like I said, I've been kind of sick dealing with pneumonia, but I'm kind of bouncing back on my feet. So hopefully by next week, we will be going live again, and I'll see everybody in the chat real soon. Appreciate you for coming through. And of course, you know, I had to get the popcorn bucket. Unfortunately, it doesn't fit, but you know, it's the thought that counts. So if you guys get a chance, definitely get that popcorn bucket, because it's legendary as far as it being Maximus's helmet. You know, you get a cool little bucket too with some art. It's cool. You know we collect buckets over here. But yeah, appreciate you guys for coming through. So it's gonna be Real the Real Squad. I'm out. Peace.